There was a bunch. Ping you just got for me.
Oh, I just got pinged 8 times.
Yeah, that's the Goody Cyber ping.
1, 2, 3. There. 1 in Wawa.
Hello, Karma.
Huh? Hey, Karma, how are you? Did I close out of the thing by accident?
That's weird. I have my laptop to show stream chat, but it's not showing it. I'm gonna have to change my setup a little bit before I can get going, so I can actually see chat.
Oh, good.
Yeah, make sure to donate 15 trees, Karma.
Donate what?
$15 to Team Trees. It's a charity right now.
I know what the I know what it is. Don't worry.
Alright, I'm ready. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good. Just want to pull up the multi-stream link.
I'm gonna miss the person whose fault this is. So it's enemy.
Yeah, Karma, type something for me. I need to see something. If you're still here. Toggle chat.
Can you show me how you set up the Nightbot on your Discord? No, not your Discord, but your Twitch. I haven't been able to figure out the bots yet.
Oh yeah, I'll show you later.
Lemay is here watching now. Let's get going. If you're like, as soon as you're done with whatever it is.
What do you mean without that I have on stream right now?
Yeah, you asked Karma to write something to you.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. I just want to see if he was. Oh, hey, I can check myself actually. Hold on. Give me like 2 seconds. Does this kid have music playing? Oh, my kid has music playing this thing. Probably keep it muted then. Okay, we're good.
I mean, this is not to the extreme. I'm gonna find his composition he's playing in. I just want to see it.
I think it's gonna be Arisa Hog, more Ana and Farah. Oh, he's profile, so I don't know.
Science will reveal the truth.
Monkey. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
So yeah, this is a fucking weird composition. I mean, he's taking me as some Morano.
I usually don't pay attention to comps and VODs. I mean, for comp wise.
It's alright, I think this is
unless
fine.
it's a scrim.
Should be okay.
Just because, you know, you can't really control that.
Yeah, unless one's high master, I don't really pay super much attention to it.
That's not a bad idea with the vulnerable start.
Yeah, that's a good look. I don't like the movement when coming up there.
His sense seems a little low. Or is that just me?
I'm just gonna wait up the commenting until like we've gotten through this first fight.
Gotcha.
It's a bit too much. And there's the healing up, so there's 3 things. Ah, that's very much one. What did you see?
I saw that his sense seemed a little low. Like it seemed like he had a hard time like turning for things. Unless but sometimes though he turned really fast. I'm not sure if that was just him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back quite a bit. So the first thing I'm seeing is in terms of his movement.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes he'll just stand a bit still, despite the fact that they have a long-range
Yeah.
poke. Like if this was a Widowmaker,
He'd be
and an
dead.
actual good Widowmaker, he or she, I don't know,
Well,
missed it. But either way, there's a high chance of him dying if he doesn't
mm-hmm.
like do better strafing.
Yeah, you got a straight crouch.
So this is relatively straight. He is crouching down now, so this works. Then he gets shot there, and he gets into cover. But he's just a bit more strafing. And yeah, he saves his honor. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
The healing orb. He had no one critical after the healing orb.
Yeah.
And he does this again. Enemy, I don't know if you're man or woman. I'm just gonna say he. Is usually that's the case. But yeah, the healing orb was used when he had no critical allies.
Mm-hmm.
Then he uses it. I'm gonna go skip so we get the next healing orb.
I think he just tossed it there because he thought they were gonna take a lot of damage, so he's just throwing it there in case. Because he was healing his Ana, so he figured if he threw it that way, right, he could heal them
Yeah,
up
but
while
this
he's
is
focusing. I know
this
that's
is the thing that makes me really wonder. Just look at this.
Oh yeah, there's
nothing
that's
demanding
true,
this
yeah.
healing orb.
Okay.
I treat healing orbs like they're nades because they should be. Where you shouldn't be nading until the ally is actually critical, because that means that ally absolutely needs this healing orb or this nade where it will be amplifying the healing by 50%.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm gonna write these 2 things. The healing orb thing down. When ally is critical. And then there was one other instance. Gonna go back. So in general, you wanna damage puff. So you could damage them like this, then puff your allies. Damage puff. Like you constantly gotta have this. I'm damaging.
What do you mean by
I'm
puff?
healing.
Is that like
But,
healing?
but puffing, I mean just puffing with your little piss for a second there.
Yeah.
Because Mara's heal over time, so if you just give them a bit healing, like it'll apply over time.
Yeah.
So like as long as this
Pre-heal.
Winston's spawn and you puff him once, he is gonna be more fine than he previously was, and you can just continue. So you can output a bit more healing, making sure to puff in between damage.
Doesn't it last like 6 seconds? The healing every
It lasts
time?
4 seconds with applying 80 healing over the 4.
Wow. So a good thing to do is try and pre-heal, like right before a fight, pre-heal your team a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you just
that's
go.
puffing.
Oh, okay.
Like this. Also, if your Winston is gonna die, if you puff him once just before he dives, so he has the 80 healing when he lands, because you can't go with him.
Yeah. You can also toss an orb his direction too, if you can get a good angle on it. He was talking about, like, it seems like his go back a little bit. Just seems like he's really like his senses is low here. It seems like he's like taking forever to like to turn. You know what I mean?
I didn't really feel like that.
Okay, that might just be me then. Hey, Jolty.
No, he's using go, which is great.
Especially with a sniper.
Damn, your chat is going wild.
Yeah, isn't it even your chat?
No, it's quite as peaceful.
I didn't see that.
So, He uses fade. I can't
Really?
see any reason why you would use this fade.
Yeah,
I
he's
gotta be
there.
sure.
Unless he
I was
thought
saying,
Ryan was gonna charge him, so he faded to try to avoid it. Oh wait, no, Ryan didn't even
No.
charge.
There's nothing here. Nothing there making that should be giving you reason to fade.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta wait longer for this
Yeah,
because
wait
after you
until you-
faded, you're actually vulnerable.
Yeah. Wait till you have a reason to use it and then use it.
Yeah, there's some reckless usage of fade there. Like, even if the Feta is critical, it's too dangerous for you to hit over the fade because then they can target you afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Are you noticing anything else, Mivan?
Not really.
That's the main thing I'm noticing this fight.
I'm just missing a fade.
I was on the fucking
That's all.
Hellpack, damn.
Didn't he also have coalescence prior? Or am I fucking time?
No, he got it. Like,
No,
right
no,
here.
he didn't. He didn't.
Yeah. He got it after the foes are.
The fucking Hellpack, damn.
Alright, I'm gonna write it down.
Can I move the ball?
Oh my god, my grammar is
Can
horrible.
you see that drawing?
What is it?
Can you see what I'm drawing right now or no?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, good.
Bro, what I was on.
I see.
I would have
Why
just,
I
I
was
would have
on
just,
the fucking Hellpack,
used left click there. It would have probably reached her faster than the ball.
Yeah.
Hellpack, damn.
I agree. Like, it was used when it was critical, but he took out the orb prior to the Ana being critical.
Ah, okay.
Winston, we're probably gonna ult you, Winston, just heads up. Alright, jump in, Winston, go.
Nano boost administered.
Alright, because he used callers.
That's a good fade. Just get there faster. Not a bad call.
Like, he gets the ash, sure. I just want him to be closer to the corner and more ready, so he doesn't have to invest fade prior. Pretty like, do they have, no, they have Winston and no, they have a Reinhardt and they have.
Well,
what
even
else?
then,
What is
I
it?
was thinking like he's fading to the corner so then he can pop Cole, so it wouldn't matter because he's not gonna be able to use Cole and Coalescence. I mean, fade and Coalescence. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just he could have avoided using the fade, and if they had a stun, he can be forced out. I can't remember right now if they have a roadhog. I don't think it is
No,
the case.
they have Ryan something. I don't know the other attacker. I
Yeah.
couldn't see.
I must be retarded, but like the one thing I just rather want is him to stand there earlier so he can have a bit better scouting for the enemy, like where the enemy's positioned, because the cover's kind of all over the place.
Not wake him. Do not
Yeah,
wake
what
him,
I
do
think
not
what
wake him.
happened was that
Alright, we'll do that.
if you go back real quick.
That's a good fade.
Let's go back to right
Uh,
before the fight began. Before this whole thing with the Coalescence.
Go.
Back.
Nano boost
You
administered.
got it one more time.
What?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, one more time. Keep going back a little bit. Yeah, right here. So I think what happened was is he's waiting here,
Alright, jump in.
and then he didn't think that Ana was gonna jump in a Nano Monkey like that to engage. So that's probably why he wasn't set up that far ahead. You know what I mean? We're-
The Ana is still communicating that he'll nano the monkey as soon as she soon.
Well, he said I'm just gonna
Yeah,
Nano Monkey. We're gonna
there's
go
that-
in, and then
I mean, even then the Ana is also not in position, but
yeah.
I
get-
there's
I-
nothing major. I feel like we're just being nitpicky at this point.
Yeah.
Do not wake him. Do not wake him. Do not wake him. Alright,
Like
we'll
I
do
was
that.
the one starting it out of way, being a bit nitpicky. Like the uses for fade because you're actually saving yourself.
Yeah, that was a good fade there.
Like there was nothing major. It's just min maxing it
Mhm.
for more value. No, I gotta use a damage opening.
First you just res that.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a fine fade to get out of there real quick.
Ryan, no shatter still, we're okay.
Right. I think he could have survived by just walking half a meter. Yeah. The intent was right.
Did the quality just dip for you, or? Okay.
By the way, I think you're 1 second ahead of me. Like I'm at 425. What are you at?
425.
Ah, good.
I'm talking about the quality of the video. Like it seemed like it just dropped off right here. If you play it, you'll
I'm
see.
guessing it's your internet.
Oh, here, play it. It's right after this, right here.
You didn't need that
Right.
healing up there. He was gonna be fine next to the
Right.
instant bubble and everything.
Does this drop off for you right here, or is it still good for you? The quality.
It's still fine with me.
Oh, well, that's weird.
And
It's
check
not-
out. Yeah, your stream's quality has gotten a lot worse.
Is my stream quality bad right now?
No, like yeah, the quality of the vote for you on insights.
Yeah. I don't know
The
why it's
healing
doing
up was good. However, you'd have to also hold down hard left click.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Is it just the enemy not stopping to regroup right now?
No,
Just
they're
want to
not.
find, yeah, that the enemy is not even waiting for regrouping. That's why he hasn't gotten healing resource back. And you're leaving them when they're in a lot of pressure. There's nothing that's gonna be saved by that.
Yeah, I don't know. That healing was a little questionable.
Yeah.
Bad spawn, be there in a minute.
I'm on fire.
And walking brazenly in the line of sight for a lot of Ash for a moment there.
Yeah, I just refreshed it. See if
I
it's-
mean, that Roadhog was fine. You didn't need to heal up him again. You're also puffing too, like a bit too much. So like, you know me, you gotta remember that it's every 4 seconds that you have to puff, not this much. It seems like you already know of the mechanics of Mario, having watched it in a YouTube video or similar, because you are puffing. But it's just a bit too much.
Mhm.
Rhino Shatter, watch out.
And I also want you to kind of move up more, like move up closer to where the front line is, and try to damage the enemy while you're damaging and not damaging, like well, using the whole scroll wheel technique. Because right now you're really low on resources. Luckily you have coalescence, but if you moved up a little bit and try to do some quick poke damage, you'd have more resources.
Me behind.
Like it can be summarized as moving up for damaging to build resource. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Nice. Like just use the scroll wheel technique where you have the I'm not sure if you know of it, LMA, but if you put your like your right click as not just on your M2 but also on your scroll wheel if you have one, you can just use your scroll wheel while damaging the enemy, and you'll get all your resources back in 6 seconds if you continuously damage them, and just an increase in speed by I believe it's 32%. And it's really important that you get this up here. Something I'm also noticing is that the bouncing of orbs. This orbs is thrown straight instead of throwing it down on the ground and then letting it move on. Oh, it's horrible with the skull hold up.
Oh, wouldn't it bounce into the ceiling?
Yeah, but like a bounce ground up. But the ball,
Oh, it slows down with the.
yeah,
I got you.
it goes away. I'm gonna have to watch for this happening again. I'm gonna go back to the notepad. Moving up to damage the enemy for the intent to build resources. And then the other thing was geometry of orbs, basically.
Yeah, bounce the orbs.
How long is it? No, I barely had the coalescence. Hunter gets 2 kills. This is turning into the favor of the enemy because they've reset one. So.
Yeah, get out.
I think that could have been one with coalescence, but I.
Yeah, it might have been able to if you popped it right when you got it.
Mm.
Also, a time check. We have 15
Reset,
minutes
don't go in, don't go in.
Group up with me.
until next spawn.
Yeah.
Should be enough for defense, maybe.
Let him waste
Oh,
it.
You
yeah.
can get over there to them.
Fuck.
Reset, don't go in, don't go in.
Like just walk up the stairs and get to them. If they were trapped in that room.
Fuck.
Reset, don't go in, don't go in.
Group up with me. Group up.
Yeah, definitely get up there with the team.
Let him waste it.
Oh,
Go
he
in,
was
back
one.
out.
Should he have
Like now
feeded
he doesn't
towards-
have a Winston, so it's gonna be a lot more interesting to see where he plays in like reaction to his own team, like if whether or not he's playing with core.
Mhm.
Because
Pretty
previously it was just such a messed up composition.
Yeah, it was Monkey Hog, right?
Yeah, Monkey Hawk.
Let's go.
And, like again,
That's
this
weird,
healing
yeah.
orb will do nothing. You do maybe 50 healing with it, and now you're gonna use coalescence when your team. So your team is not anywhere near the enemy team. For this coalescence to have used, they have to be near the enemy team, and they have to be damaging. Then you'd be both healing your team while damaging the enemy team. They're so far away. You throw out a healing orb when your teammate doesn't need healing. Like you can puff them once, and this whatever the amount of healing it, maybe they take 50 damage when walking out here. You're healing it up with a healing orb. No, just puff them once, and they'd be fine. But and more importantly, wait with Cole until your team is until the fight is active.
Mhm.
Surrender to my will.
Has he been
It's
throwing
like-
an orb before he calls, right? Has he been doing that? Yeah.
He
I think
threw one damage
previously?
orb earlier, and this time it's been a healing orb.
Okay.
And the healing orbs have been consistently not when his teammates are critical,
Yeah.
but just like when they're also full. I personally say with Cole, I prefer them to throw damage orb, because the healing is already tremendous, and damage orb might do sufficient amount of damage to.
Yeah, it's
kill an enemy.
usually what I'll do base it on is the situation. So say, if you can pause it real quick. So say it's like your teammates are taking a lot of damage from ults, then you'll throw out a healing orb and Cole. But if you're like using it to engage, then you'll throw out a damage orb and Cole. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's like if you gotta keep your teammates up, you throw a healing,
Healing
orb.
orb, yeah. They're just trying to fucking
I mean,
Cool,
also
okay.
if your team is split and they all need healing critically, you can throw it in one direction
Mhm.
and then heal the other section of your team with coalescence. Now go back. So this is where your team is gonna start needing healing. You've already used your coal, and he's gonna die.
Yep.
Because you used it when he
too
didn't
early.
need, like, yeah. We'll go to the notepad. There we go. So use coal when there is an active fire.
Yeah, use Cole when you're initiating.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're not gonna get any use out of that. Healing up when allies are critical is something you're also doing. Well, not doing consistently. I'm gonna have to rewrite parts of this.
Someone in my chat, named Winstar, said that he usually does damage before and damage after. 90% of the time, and just does Cole for healing. I can see that. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
It will be a shit ton of damage.
Like it does 140 healing. Don't think you need a roll
How
more.
much damage does it do?
70 damage per second.
120 damage?
No, 70 damage, 140 healing.
I was like, damn, that's 120 might be a shit ton. Yeah, I got you in.
Alright, you're trying to escape and your team is in
Mhm.
Narnia. They're still getting the kills, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, there's a Mei just chasing a Mora for no reason.
Point, 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 point.
Don't like the reckless flayed out like.
Everybody on me.
I think she
Yeah,
was just trying to
she
get
was running.
back. Oh, if Mei was closer, he would have been fucked, but I think
Yeah.
you saw Mei was leaving to point, so try to get out there and try and kill her.
And back up.
But again, it's just a reckless fade.
I got you. Alright, 10 minutes.
Oh, you nearly reacted in time for that slam.
Yeah. It's a little late.
Again, no one is critical. No one needs this orb. You can puff them and they'd be fine.
Keep me up, keep me up.
Yeah, heal bot.
Like right there, that would have been a good time to toss a healing orb at the Ryan.
Yeah. Another thing is your heal bot for doing this. Yes, you have potential for saving your Reinhardt by doing this. You also have an Ana that can heal him from distance. But you've also put yourself right next to your Reinhardt, who's basically the enemy's backline. And now you're next to the enemy team effectively without your Fade, and you're gonna be in a fuck ton of danger. So if anything, this makes you just a heal bot. My teammate needs healing, it's just throw my life away. That doesn't work. Your life is important. If they're out of position, don't waste your don't throw away your life.
Keep me up, keep me up.
Well, I think he would have been able to save him pretty easily there.
Hamster behind on point.
And be able to get out. Because if you go back real quick, right, before that fight, if you look, go back one more. So right before he fades, well, go back right before he fades, like the second before. If you look, there's a Mercy over here, and there's Mei over here, right? So they're not going to come over here and fight the Mora, right? Then there's, keep going a little bit more right before he fights him. Then there is a Mora and Ryan over here, right? Is that it that's over here?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's going over here to help heal them, right? Because if Ana can heal this Reinhardt, but their Reinhardt can just also step in front and block him, right? So he can get over here and heal him easily, right? And since half their team's paying attention to the other half of the team, and the other half are paying attention to this Reinhardt, he's pretty much here for free. Because the other four are right behind him here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I know what you mean, but it's just it seems to be part of a symptom of just doing this rather consistently.
Okay.
Because I doubt a Platinum Moira would actually evaluate the situation.
Well, this is the first time I saw him go out of position like this. Unless I missed it earlier.
Yeah. That's why I'm also not fighting it now.
I'm fucking dead. A hamster behind on point.
Hopefully he doesn't. Oh,
Well,
you still have one more fight. It's 30 seconds left. Also, try to get over behind your Reinhardt.
yeah, get behind your
Because you'd be safer there instead of in front of him. Putting yourself in between a hamster and entire hamster's team. Damage shield, damage shield, damage shield.
Does
Hey,
damaging Bob heal you with Esmora? I never tested that out. Doesn't? Or no?
You get your resource back. Basically, just
Yeah.
heal and damage, heal damage. Just continuously get your healing back, like your resources.
Even from a Bob?
Well, we just saw it. I went back for it.
Oh, I didn't see. Let me see it again. I figure it's kind of like Bob doesn't give you like old charge. So I figured I want to give you the resources like that. Spot. Ooh, nice reaction. Fortunately, it's just the whole team's just still there.
Damn, I was literally 1% away from ult. Fuck.
I was nearly out of that. I think he just messed up the fade.
Yeah.
Elemi, are you still in chat? Like, are you male or
Oh, we got
Which pronoun?
7 minutes. So you want to keep going with this or wrap it up and then start getting into the next one?
Look at the first minute of defense.
Okay. Then I think Karma's next, right?
Probably.
And then you posted it here anyway. I'll check it real quick.
Like the damage weapon spawn. Stop there. Nice.
Good positioning too, right behind the wall.
Like his usage of Marvis kit is better than the average plat.
Mm-hmm.
Put some pressure on that shield.
I think it's just him wasting his orbs a little bit that's holding him back.
Hmm.
Well,
Too much attention now, your teammates need you. Like heal damage, heal damage. It's fine. Like my point just earlier when I said too much time spent on this. Right now his Reinhardt is in a fight. And he'll be relying on his healing. Well, he's also getting the honor healing. But he's a bit too far to actually heal his Ryan, whereas the jungler could become completely useless if his past, well, the current distance with like his current location from the Reinhardt and himself. So like if he was to sit with his Reinhardt right now, he'd be able to help his Reinhardt more consistently.
I'm refreshing real quick. You playing though? 5 minutes.
I don't like that effect that it just faded and then didn't go to cover, like after having the dynamite effect
Come
going
back,
on.
Zarya, come back, come back.
Alright, do you want to stop it here?
Because the Ash would still have you. What the fuck is this Reinhardt?
You want to cut it here or watch this next fight and then cut it?
Yeah, we have 5 minutes left. I want to see how you score.
Yeah. Then we'll cut it there and then we can go over some stuff and then
So on to the next person, yeah. No one needed that.
Wow, fucking.
What am I quiet?
I was
Carl?
hoping he was gonna use this fight. No pad. Yeah, heal up only when teammates are critical. Like they need to absolutely need this.
So it's the two biggest
So it
things
should be
are
like an anonade. Where you
healing.
wait until
Oh.
they're critical.
God, my bad. So the
Wait. Yeah. What?
so the two biggest things, right? We saw were the fade usage and the healing orbs. You'd say,
Yeah.
and then maybe the scroll thing for the resources.
Um.
Just double check.
Risking your own life.
Tunnel and assess.
Yeah. I feel like and I mean, if you just work on these things, they are the main 3 things, in my opinion. Gonna send it to you now. Like, don't feel like writing an essay because there's no point. These 3 things to work on.
Well, let me see what
Should
you
be enough.
wrote. How the fuck do I get to back to your screen? There we go. Okay.
I
That's
can
fine.
go back to.
Oh, there we go. I see it. I see it. Yep.
Oh, wait,
heal
I
or
messed this up.
teammates.
Okay,
secret,
use
it's cool.
coalescence when there is an active.
Hey,
Fight.
Nunia, how are you?
Try to heal and damage at the same time. That's pretty much no brainer. But
Mhm.
it's just because of the instance where you were using it prior to your team. What is it called? Yeah, prior to your team being in an active fight. So yeah. Gonna start
Alright,
this
so off
one.
to Karma. How'd you even get Notepad Dark? Is my question. Is that like a
I'll
download
send you a
thing?
link when we're done.
Nah, fuck it. I'll use the white version.
I have had one person complain about the dark version because it goes from a relatively dark screen to
The bright screen.
yeah, and he did not like that. Which is the next one?
Karma. It should be Karma
Yeah.
on Ryan, and after that, it's Jolty on Nimbani.
Which one is yours, Karma?
The Ryan Genji, I think it was. I mean, if you go to
Can
the
you write in Evan's chat so I can see which one is yours? Just which title is it? The
Oh,
same
wait.
ones from YouTube.
literally, Woody, go into your chat, go to VODs, and go up to the one you posted yourself. You took Ryan and Winston VOD. Karma plays ZWH. If you're looking in affiliated coaches, you put it in order anyway, so just go in the order you posted. Do you see it there?
There we go.
It's the first one underneath Meven collected VODs. And we're
Yeah.
just gonna go down that list.
Transfer host because this is your player. There we go.
Yep, so I'll write the notes for this one. This should be more my forte since I'm more tank than support.
I can change the color of my pin. This is Pega.
What? How do you change it?
No, I gave you host, so I can't change the color of my pin.
Oh, you have 4 options there, don't you?
Nope. None.
I had 4
Can you
options.
clear the text?
Yeah, you can do. I'm gonna keep the. Oh my bad.
Okay, I can't clear the text, dude.
Oh yeah. How? Wait, I'm so confused. I was able to draw on shit without being host, and I was able to clear screen and stuff.
Oh, I'm unable to. I'm also getting frame rate issues like FPS. Wait, are you further ahead of me right now?
I'm at
No,
15.
you're not. You paused it. And I think it's because the one with the host has the better quality.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, what is that audio? I'm not playing that. That's
Yeah.
Okay, so first things first, Karma. Well, let's look at your comp here. Well, let's just skip ahead. Come on. Oh. So we have Ryan Zarya. Warren Ultra Hanzo. Okay. Only thing I'd say is maybe, if you can, I usually do this when I'm running Reinhardt Zarya, is I try and ask one of the supports to go Lucio. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So maybe just ask that at the beginning. I don't know if you did or not because you skipped ahead, but we'll see. Right here, don't stand at the choke like this and take this unnecessary damage, right? I'm quiet. Hold up. Is that better? Karma? Or no? Sorry, wait, I don't know why I'm quiet. Can you hear me better? Yes, no, Karma. Answer if you can. Okay. We'll just go back to the VOD. Alright, so right here, Karma, right? So you're approaching a choke doorway. So I want you to keep shield hopping to the next wall. And instead of just standing at the choke like this, taking all this unnecessary damage, because now you're allowing them to push up even further because you're just standing still. So try and get up there a bit faster so you can take that space easier. And we'll write that down. So also you can conserve shield health for the actual fight, because now you're going into this first fight with less than half of your shield versus going into the first fight with more than half. Would that make sense, Woody? Do you think?
Yeah. It does.
Alright, I'll fix the audio later, guys. Sorry about that. Alright, moving on. Do your healers even here? Are they dead? Soldier died. So be careful doing this. I suggest. Oh, actually, you just never mind. Need that. Just a lot of damage came at you once. Oh, nice kill. Oh. I would have maybe continued on that Sigma.
Inside just froze for me.
Oh. Oh, wait, I'll pause it. Just refresh.
I'm back.
Alright. So, right here, Woody, would you agree that he should have continued fighting this Sigma to try and finish him off.
Wait, you paused some area. Yeah, okay, it's pausing late for me.
It is.
What are you at?
41.
41. Alright, I'm currently 41.
Is it playing?
Agree
It
on
is.
what?
I'm playing. So right here, right? Should he have continued for that Sigma? Or do you think he should
Yeah.
just stay on point?
Like, the Sigma was fucking one finishing.
Yeah. So Karma, if you get someone that weak, just keep going for it, man. Don't stop and let them get away. Because then if you let them get away, they could get healed and come back and kill you. So go finish off that target so you get an advantage in the fight.
It's kind of annoying not being host, because then you're sitting here like, wait, did this freeze again?
Yeah, I mean, it was fine for me. The quality would just dip once in a while, which was annoying. And I was able to draw too, so I don't know why it's not letting you draw. Or anything like that. Okay. Definitely get up to this choke and hold it at the doorway. Don't stand in the choke itself. Stand like have your body on the wall and have your shield come out and hold the choke for you. So that way when they get close, you can come around and swing the shield back. Versus just standing in the middle, and then if your shield breaks, you're fucked. Or you know what I mean? Does that make sense, Woody?
There's something a bit different I'm noticing. Can you pause? Like, I just, wait, go back a little bit. So I have a better view of it. Am I able to, no, too much. Oh, yeah, let it run until I say pause.
I was saying you should hold on the wall instead of standing in the
Yeah,
middle.
alright, pause.
Oh
No!
fuck.
1 second back, literally.
I heard
Stop.
I heard pause, but then I
Alright.
pressed wrong.
Am I able to draw? No, I'm not able to draw.
Yeah,
Can you
here,
let me
wait.
pause
Yep.
it?
No, here. Ready now? You can draw. Go ahead.
Ah, bliss. So, basically, right now, the enemy team, like, if you press tab, you can see the enemy team has a Doomfist, and what they have in shield is the Sigma. And with a Hunter Soldier, he has superior shield spam. So if he stands right here, holding shield, and covering about this much,
Yeah, about halfway.
this Hunter and Soldier can spam the Sigma shield for free. And you
Precisely.
can break that.
Yeah, and then he can't necessarily get punched straight from the choke into the wall.
Yeah.
Doomfist has to come out of the choke to hit you, which is where your team will be, so they can help you deal with them. So pretty much, when you're at a choke, don't have yourself standing in the middle of it. Have your shield in the choke, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, it also makes it a lot easier to just take the shield down if necessary.
Yep. Because then you can just drop it and not be hooked. You can just, versus standing in the middle, if you drop it, you can get stunned or whatever. So just stand off to the side, so that way you can drop shield to charge up, or, you know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I know, I'm talking like as if Karma was here as well. Sorry. We'll get better at this. Don't worry. Working out kinks. Oh. I missed this fight. Let me go back real quick. Okay. Not much you can do about that punch.
So it gets booped in a
Oh.
little bit and charges out.
So yeah, if you get booped forward, don't charge past where your team is. Right? So if you notice, you're right. You get booped a little bit forward by, I think, the Pharaoh. So then you boop forward. Okay. Don't charge forward and drop your shield like this, because then if, say, Sigma rocked you, they could potentially kill you right here. So just rather keep your shield up and just back up out of the choke and get to where your healers are. Because all your support is behind you. So why go forward and cut them off versus going back and getting help? So stay where your team is. So you get support. I gotta learn all these hotkeys.
By the way, hold up. Are we able to increase the speed at which the ward goes? Because we've already spent 10 minutes. If we can
Okay.
increase the speed by 1.5, we should be able to notice things faster. Like,
I cannot.
alright, let's just keep going on.
Yeah, I realize we're spending a lot of time, but tanks
Alright,
usually,
be aggressive.
yeah, tanks usually have more things to work on.
He kind of gets a little bit pissed whenever he gets the bubble. Like maybe it's not that he's not aware of it.
My
maybe
guess
the
is
side doesn't call
based
it.
on my experience in comp, they don't tell you when they're gonna bubble you, so you don't know when it's coming. So that's why. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because usually like they're no one in comp is counting that shit. Maybe just say ask your Zarya before in the like pre-game to tell you when she's gonna bubble you.
yeah. Now he's gotten split from his team.
Yeah, because his team.
Like if you're gonna go points contest, then scream at your team to come with you.
Yeah, because right now they're down 1, you're down 1, and then I don't know why your Mora doesn't follow you here, or the rest of your team does. Oh, there's Mercy. Oh, she dies.
And like another thing is also just like the overall playstyle. There's Sigma. Like basically the entire enemy team except for Sigma is highly mobile. While you're not as super mobile as Reinhardt Sire. But when the Sigma comes point, like Choke, you really gotta just pressure him out. Because the enemy team isn't super able to help him because they have to go down into an area where they can barely use their mobility. So it's like realizing who is the lowest mobility and priority target, which is, yeah, in this case Sigma because of low mobility.
Yeah, so always focus him first, and then move to everybody else after. It's kind of like, you know, the dive mindset. Find the weakest link and punish them, or focus them down first.
Oh my god, your Sai is such unlucky.
Oh, she got graviton. I mean,
You gotta share.
So also with this comp, you probably can't get a big shatter. So just look to shatter 1 or 2 people here.
Yeah.
Because
Like you can consistently shatter this Sigma.
yeah, probably just look
when
to
his
shatter
shield
Sigma.
is already deployed.
Or
One thing though,
go ahead.
don't shatter Sigma if you like try to shatter Sigma if he doesn't have his shield deployed. You can only do it when his shield is already deployed and you're going past it, because with
Yeah,
the changes to Sigma,
you can't block it.
yeah, you can block it super easy.
But yeah,
like
as
it's
soon as you see
literally
him,
easier than blocking as Reinhardt.
yeah, as soon as you see him pull it back, just shatter him because he can't block it. Okay, so after that fight, I wrote down poaching choke, get through fast to save shield. Someone gets to go weak, go and finish him off. When
What is the main thing?
main thing? Positioning, just holding the choke better. Does that make?
Yeah.
So right.
Like where to take the engagements.
Yeah.
It was like he was mainly playing as the defensive team. Oh, Winston. This is rare.
I'll read you the notes after. Okay, so let's see here. Don't stand still here. Keep going forward a bit more, because if they peeps you off, now you're down your jump. So don't stand at environments like this. Keep, especially if they have Pharah, she could have peeped you off there easily.
What the? No, not the bubble here.
Oh yeah, don't bubble there. You want to kind of
Like
see.
now you can engage. His team also has superior poke. Let's see. Like, does he engage aggressively with a dive, or does he wait for the poke?
I don't know, but right now you should be trying to like initiating this. Well, not that far.
Yeah, that's too much.
So look, ready? So look at your comp, right? You don't have a far, but your comp is a sniper and a hit scan, right? And they're playing Rein Zarya, so you cannot go past where your team can see you. So right here, you want to kind of try and play on this side of the point, because then your Mora and the Mercy can help support you, and your DPS can help deal with stuff. So what I would do usually is hold, like, dive here and then hold this area and kind of like shield dance around them. So that way my team can still support me and I put pressure on them.
I was gonna say is that also like the playstyle is kind of, despite it being dive tanks, you are with poke DPS. That one is kind of a long, slow fight.
Play it slow, yeah.
So if you just go aggressively into the enemy team, that's kind of what they want, because they don't want those long fights against your DPS. So what you can also do, if you can pause in a moment. Now, pause. Oh, yeah. So you can also try to like distract and open up angles for your DPS. So like if your DPS actually set up crossfires, but I'm not gonna. Higher you go, you can do like play like a distractive, not really full on dive, but taking the attention of the enemy team. So like if you
Exactly.
go over here, at the start of the fight, and then the enemy team turn around for you, that would open the new sidelines for your DPS.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't send him behind by himself.
It's more of a thing for ball. I can't remove my text now. This is preparing.
Yeah, what I was thinking is that since on this point there's 3 sight lines they can shoot from where he was at, you can pick one of them and distract them that way, and they can set up on the other 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but this.
But yeah, if you're a ball here, then yeah, you can go behind, distract, and roll around and shit. But with Monkey, is you want to, on this point, you want to dive forward and distract their tank line, so you can force Reinhardt to drop his shield, so then your DPS can get free poke on everybody else. So
Yeah,
if you-
right. Yeah, you know what I mean. This is a difference of approach for it.
what do
I'm
you-
also a lot more used to people asking for coaching on ball, so I kind of apply
Yeah.
to Winston.
How do I clear screen? See? No, that's the wrong fucking button.
It should be on the far right of it,
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
bar.
I was trying to see if there's a hotkey. It depends on your DPS now. If your DPS or dive DPS, then yeah. But if they're long range, you gotta play sight lines so they can help you
So
out.
right now with Winston. Oh,
Okay,
I
so
should have already been there.
yeah, you should have already been at this choke so that we can just sit there and
So-
poke and
Like,
drop.
that's the whole where you take the engagements. And also another thing.
Yeah, notice
Like
that
the very
that
first
was on
fight,
Ryan as
a very
well.
reckless bubble.
So I guess the main general thing you should be not a bad primal though. You got 2 off. Oh, now you got 2 off. It's a good primal there,
Interesting.
not bad. But yeah, so probably the 2 things I've noticed so far on both tanks is your positioning pre-fight. So make sure you're in a good spot so when the fight begins, you're already set up and you don't have to waste cooldowns and stuff to get to where you want to be. So where you're at right now is perfect. So when they push you, what you can do is go forward and drop shield to cut off the Reinhardt from healing, and then force him out and get him killed maybe. Yeah, don't play too far. To find backup, they have Reaper, you want to play a little bit far away.
Like both the enemy DPS want a short fight, and
Mm-hmm.
he's not letting his DPS take long enough time to poke
Yeah.
again.
You want to be able to contest them long enough so that way your Hanzo and McCree can start doing work.
Yeah.
But if you just dive into them right away and play it fast, their Sim and Reaper will melt you very quickly. Because that's a lot of damage. Okay, don't go left. That's a 2 in. Don't play the close range game with these guys. They'll win.
Oh no.
Never ever ever go inside with dive tanks.
Yeah. Like also the angles your DPS is taking right now, they can't do any damage.
Yeah, because if you
behind-
look on this
behind you.
point, right, there's 1 angle they can take here, versus the other side, there's 3 to 4 angles they can take. So map it out. Like if you're running Brian Zara, then yeah, but
Oh, you deserve that.
he got shattered. He's gonna pop primal here, I guess. Oh, is he going to? Try and hit him off the map here. Let's see if it's let's see.
He's gonna die to Reaper maybe.
Oh, not bad. See,
Oh,
look.
his team is starting to turn fucking fire
So
around.
good example there, right? You noticed how you distracted their tanks, and then your DPS were able to do stuff? Like, McCree helped kill Ryan. Now that Ryan's dead and distracted, then everybody could come in here and start killing everybody else. So it's a good example right there of why you want to be letting your DPS do the work, and you getting them set up for that. You have some good primal mechanics, though. Not bad there. Same stuff. Oh, shield management. Wait for him to push in.
Yeah.
Not a bad punch though, but
Like he's punching when you're going in, so that's good.
yeah.
No, don't take the fight, you're low. So there's a bit of health advantage there as well.
Yeah, I missed what happened, but let's write your note down. That's fine.
And he was getting pushed still while super low HP by a Reaper, and then he jumped into the Reaper.
Oh. Yeah, lucky there then. Oh, that's like it's good. Nice punch. Get him out of the window. Well, I don't know if it gets him out of the window, but you know what I mean.
No,
Big
your
Prime?
supports can't heal you. You have primal though, so it's fine.
Yeah. Usually, if you have primal, you can just do whatever you want because you'll get your pop to get healed.
Get on the Moira, please. Get off the sim. Get on the Moira.
Yeah, get.
Any damage you do to the sim is gonna get out healed by Moira.
Yeah. So if you're fighting a DPS and a healer, go for the healer because the healer will keep them alive a lot longer.
Alright, so the main thing has been like the usage of choke. His bubble usage with Winston has been poor.
Yeah. So
He
one.
needs to give more time for his distract the enemy tanks and give more time for his DPS to poke.
Give more time for DPS. 2, just pre-fight positioning. And 3.
He didn't do the thing where he focused down the DPS instead of healer consistently though. Or a little yeah, he did it in the last fight, but there weren't enough fights.
Yeah, I'm
where
not
he-
gonna. That's not the main point I'm gonna put down for him.
Can you transfer the host so I can move over to the next vote? What? I mean,
Transfer host. There you go. All right. Hope that helped, Karma. I'll send you the notes after. Actually, I'll send it to you right now. I might redo them in a minute. But where the fuck are you?
there we go.
Okay, this is Jolty. Jolty, you here, buddy? You're up.
Always ping him in Discord.
He was in the thing. Is he in my chat? I'm not checking right now.
While we're waiting for him, I'm gonna get some water in my face because it's late as fuck where I'm at.
Okay, we still have 8 minutes until we have to start the next one anyway, so we're fine.
I don't even have my regular 5 viewers because they're literally sleeping. I'll be back in a sec.
All good, all good. I sound like a whole few. I like your thumbnail, Neophyte. Is it the heroes you play in the VOD? Winston, Zarya, Ryan, Diva, and Ryan? Yeah, I like the first primal. It's not okay. Just checking. The first primal was good. Your primal was not bad actually, surprisingly. Just positioning needs a little bit work.
I'm back.
Okay, Jolty's not responding. Let's get you do that new. I wish I did that myself. But I don't upload that often. Jolty is not responding, so I guess we can just... Well, he's not... Let me rephrase this, though. Do you want to do the other DPS? Oh, he's here. Okay, we're good. We're chilling. Let's go. The other guy, though, I don't think will be online because he's 12 hours ahead of me. So he's probably asleep. So, I don't think he'll be here.
You know, see?
The what?
Is he Australian or something?
Yeah. The other guy's Australian, so we can just do his DPS and I'll tell him that we did it.
Yeah.
I'll let you write the notes for that one since it's DPS.
Cool.
Okay, off to Jolty. Let's go. We'll start a little bit early here too, so it's probably gonna be a bit longer. Oh, I'm host. Oh,
Yeah, don't go. I got a Pharah. Nice.
Yeah. Do you want comms on this too, Jolty, or just? This is a scrim, right? So, do you want us to do comms as well, or just gameplay? You could, yeah. So we'll do. Focus.
What is specifically your like part of the communication structure? Are you in-game leader as Winston? Do you call targets? What is it?
Yeah. What do you do? Exactly. Shot caller, he said.
So you just do the whole planning. You do pathing, so
Pathing and shot calling.
pathing, making plans.
That's
and
pathing is
target
planning. Pathing's probably planning, so he's gonna be dealing with planning pre-fight, I'm guessing, and
Yeah.
then is calling shit, rotation to shit during the fight. So,
Let's see.
so we got Winston.
Are you attacking Matthew?
Can I go tomorrow night? Is he gonna be?
It's Snake Eye. Tomorrow it's just a one. He has a game.
I thought tomorrow was at.
Tonight it's a 7. Tomorrow it's a 1.
I don't know if I really want to go tonight though.
But he really wants to go.
You take him.
I can't.
I'll decide in a minute. All right, I'll think about it.
He's waiting for you.
It's not till 7.
Yeah, but I need to take Juliana somewhere at Juliana. So
Okay.
plus Juliana's gonna be there. You can take her home.
Why is she gonna be there?
She's going with her friends.
To the play?
Yeah.
All right, I'll probably go then. Bye.
Are you sure? Because he's gonna be very upset if you not go.
Yeah, I'll probably go.
You better.
Oh well, yeah.
They lost.
I heard. Bye.
Where is the sign?
What sign? Oh, it's in my car.
Did you give him the check?
Yeah. What? Nothing. Fuck. Alright, let's go. We're good. Sorry about that.
Probably Mercy.
Okay, so we'll listen to
For Mercy. Going tunnel. Let's go.
Would you have sent them onto the high ground? There, top right? Take it over from them? And to get the Widow the space up there? Woody?
Like right now, I just really want to see more information about the difference in team compositions.
They're rotating. Okay. Top right. Hanzo for dive target.
Oh, fuck.
Can you pause the fucking tab?
I tried to fucking pause there.
Or sorry, Anna.
Yeah,
Anna.
no, you did.
Fuck!
I'll go back.
Okay. Top right.
Okay.
If I'm gonna see Hanzo Rock, yeah.
Because what I was thinking, right? If they take the high ground over, then it can allow these. Oh well, not these 4. These 3 to then get set up for a dive, and then allows her to get set up to snipe the Pharah and the Mercy.
Yeah, my view of it is though that the open area where you would otherwise have gone is kind of consisted by Feta and Hanzo, where they're spamming in. Whereas if you go under, you avoid the spam and you're able to dive on the enemy team. Like obviously they know you're coming from here, but you've avoided any damage before, like you're staging for the high ground. And then once you're going in, the Feta will probably be turning her attention towards where you're diving and shooting there, where your Widowmaker will then have time to shoot at Far Mercy.
Okay, that's fine.
Like she takes the space upon engagement.
Okay, yeah. So they're just okay. So rather go underneath, don't take any damage, and then get set up from there.
Yeah.
Hanzo for dive target. Or,
Like you
sorry,
don't want
Anna,
to take
Anna.
damage as a dive tank before you actually dive.
True. I just figured if you dove up there, you'd still get killed by the Ana and not necessarily get killed. But we're fine.
What?
Anna
Never mind.
for dive target.
Okay, so
Okay,
yeah,
we're
your
in. Hanzo
first-
for dive target.
Yeah, Hanzo.
Or, sorry, Anna.
Yeah, Anna's a good
Is this a
dive target.
platinum
Dive
scrim?
target.
I think it's plat or diamond, right, Jolty?
Yeah, so one thing here is already like on your macro for your team, like you gotta be very clear about engagements because you're against you. Look at this. It's on pause.
Yeah. Well, what the fuck happened here? Why? Oh, because he's going with ball there. It's 30.
Yeah.
It's 3,300 versus a 6K, 3.6K.
Can you on pause?
Yeah, my bad.
Ready? Okay, we're in.
Like the Genji's gone in already, and the monkey, the ball has already gone. Can you oh, damn, I can't move the whole thing away. But the engagement here has been poor
Sorry, we
in
went
terms
in
of
for-
coordination, so your team has to coordinate better for these.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing as you're the shot caller, I'm assuming you're the one calling when you're engaging.
He
right,
should be.
Jolty?
He should be. Joel. Did you say Balti?
Jolty.
Okay.
I'm waiting for a response from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit.
Because especially since you're a shot caller, especially on Monkey, you want to be calling where you want to dive, who you want to dive, and how you want to dive, right? So that way
Mm.
your teammates know and they can get set up for it.
Yeah,
to go
yeah.
tunnel.
We'll go main.
Set
I
up
just
properly.
wanted to peek him with tunnel.
Like you can make it very clear to your team that you hate. Let's just stage. Wait up. Check the
Okay.
position. Like go in
I mean,
three,
if we go tunnel
two,
though,
one.
we can jump.
And
him
if
from
you do that
tunnel
consistently,
top
then
right
they'll not do this kind of thing rather than engaging
and
too
not
early.
peek the Pharah this whole time, right? 'Cause, right, if
Yeah,
we go
that would
main,
give me
we'll
cover to
feed them.
take angles with you guys, actually.
You'd be avoiding. Nice.
Yeah.
man.
So what I'm
Okay,
thinking with the
very
high
good.
ground here is
Give
that
me call.
since the Orisa and the Hog and the Ana are really or far back in the corner, they can't see him on this high ground. And then Hanzo probably won't contest him that long if the Genji can help. You know what I mean?
So giving him as little range as
I
possible.
gotta turn you up on
Mercy.
Discord because the VOD is loud and the VOD is already at minimum sound.
We go.
Yeah,
shoot,
it's
shoot,
pretty
shoot.
loud.
Go, 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 go.
I'm gonna double your volume.
Jumping in 3, 2,
What
1.
were you saying?
Far below, far low.
I was saying that because
Jumping
most
in.
likely the
Whoa! Stop.
Oh.
That's the person yelling now. Try again.
are we good?
I'm gonna make it 110%. That should be fine. I had you at 80% previously.
In 3,
We'll just
2,
play it through. We'll just play it through.
Far below, far low.
That was a good dive there.
Hanzo dead.
I lied.
In 3,
Um,
2, 1.
like the part here where it becomes lead voice is like you could already like you have a 5-meter range, and if you just stay at this why?
Go, go,
Alright,
go, go. Jumping in
just
3,
pause
2,
right when he's
1.
about to land.
Far
Yes, yes, nice. So once you go in here, you can immediately fall back if you're taking too much damage. But you went through, and the kind of like if the enemy team can just kill you without you being able to escape.
Yep. So pretty much when you're diving as monkey, use your shield as cover and cleave them. Because by the time they break the shield to get to you, your jump should be off cooldown. You can jump away. But if you just walk into them like that, especially against the Orisa Hog, you're dead. Like that's just like just saying, please kill me. I want to go back to spawn. You know what I mean? So just play back.
Like
Your
you're also
kin is
LOS in your own honor by going in through that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to summarize that.
Use bubble as cover. Don't go too far after you die.
Yeah, you're 3 up, but you made it 1 down.
I mean,
Like if it was a 6 versus 6, sure, like you're in a free, like you're 3
me-
up against
yeah.
the enemy team. But even like you gotta think, right, in a 6 versus 6, would I do this? Probably not. Like it's too risky, and you just got killed. So now
also,
you get
look
yourself
at
killed.
the 2 people you're pushing back versus the person that's pushing him back. Monkey doesn't do a shit ton of damage, so you pushing your Orisa Hog back with Monkey does nothing to their health bars. So rather push him back by holding the spot behind your shield and continuing to get healed up by your Ana and preventing them from coming out to point. You know what I mean? That's how you push him back. Don't push him back literally walking into him and pushing him back that way. Push him back by just playing back and allowing them to not be able to do anything.
Below, far low.
Hanzo dead.
Can't heal through that barrier. Can't heal through a barrier.
Especially since the Orisa shield's still down, she can't heal you.
Okay, you
Yeah.
guys are up 3.
Oh, please clear the screen, man.
Oh,
Play safe.
you can clear the screen when you draw, I'm pretty sure.
Still winnable, still winnable.
No, I'm unable to. Like, I have no options.
Hog,
I
hog,
have
hog,
to be
hog.
honest.
Stay on point,
So
stay
yeah,
on point, kids.
currently like the mistakes. Well, there has been the first fight which kind of lost from poor engagement,
good job,
and
yeah.
if you can communicate your engagement more clearly with your team consistently,
Let's get
it
Lucio
should
on
be
cart,
fixed.
yeah?
Yeah, I'll write that down. Communicate.
Alright, you go get back again. Back by like
Hang on.
10, 15 seconds back quickly. 20 seconds back.
Nice.
2 more times.
Let's get.
One more.
Good job, yeah.
Mercy main, Mercy main.
Yeah, I think we got
Just
it,
because he's a shirt call, leave one
Oh yeah, fuck, I forgot about that.
Have barrage here.
Let's get Lucio on cart, yeah?
Nano barrage.
Nice.
Okay, Lucian cart. I have Ana on cart.
Um,
No, Lucian cart at the start, and then when you go around the corner,
Yeah.
maybe swap the positions so that way Ana can stay back and be safe, and Lucia can come push up with you.
like it was in Ghost, it was Steva because she had the mobility to make it back to her team while not being threatened on car.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to be able to spawn kill the Leave on car.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, like you can push up without your Lucio because this Lucio's speed doesn't really affect your dive ability to dive.
I'm just trying to think. Your
Give me a
plan
back.
here. What's your plan here?
Just keep watching.
Let's get Lucio on cart. Yeah.
Nano barrage.
You know, oh, they have Mana Barrage.
Yeah.
They used whole hog.
Mana Barrage and Whole Hog. That's early.
Really early. I think he was trying to throw it down, but he got booped as he was pressing E.
I mean, even then, it stops you from engaging for like 13 seconds
Yeah.
now. So you're unable to do shit for 13 seconds. So this is super early.
Nice.
Can we keep going and see if he actually
Okay,
makes it?
speaking where they
Because
are, I
right now
want
we're
to
listening
jump
towards
the.
him.
I want to jump the Ana here.
Oh my
He's-
god,
nice,
my
yeah,
insights
that's
froze. Can you go back for me?
Yeah.
Jump the Ana.
So one thing I'm noticing here, Jolty, is either shot caller, you gotta make a plan with what you have ult wise. Like someone called out they have Nano Barrage. Okay,
Even, stop please. Can you go back
let's pause.
10 seconds?
Oh.
My insights froze. I need you to go back 10 seconds so I can actually also hear what you saw.
He wasn't saying
go
anything.
ahead.
That's why I was saying that.
Can we
Okay, I got you.
Nice.
This is annoying with that freezing.
Okay, I'm speaking where they are. I want to jump the.
Yeah, alright, I get it. Just continue what I was saying.
Okay, nice. Yeah, that's huge.
Even what were you saying?
Okay, push.
Okay. Well, I thought you said they infrasight. I thought you said infrasight because they just popped it, but you said insights froze. To you, I'm talking to you, Woody. But what I was saying
Yeah.
is that he's saying, okay, let's go dive Ana. But what about their Nano Barrage you just said they're gonna have? How are you gonna play around that? What are you gonna do to stop that? You know what I mean? So this is what planning comes down to, Jolty. You gotta listen to what they have, and then based on what they have, make a plan around what they have. Right? Does that make sense? So pretty much, we go back here to where you press tab.
I mean, Jolty, you're currently in chat. What would you do to stop the Nano Barrage? Who can actually stop this Nano Barrage?
Yeah, what would you do to try and stop it, bait it out, and then what would your plan be after that?
2 main cooldowns you can use. Gonna wait 10 seconds before saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can bubble. Who on your team can also help in dealing with it? So you can bubble, but there's a teammate that can also help with stopping the barrage. Nah, Joanna, she can just do it.
Yep, she just...
So you can say, all right, I'm gonna play a little more passive to maybe stop the barrage if I see her going for it and try to bubble it. Save your sleep for the barrage.
And then, what could you use after the Nano Barrage to win the fight? There's a few options here. I see one that...
One is very good.
Two, maybe. If you want to use that ult. I would say maybe no Nano Blade because they don't have anything defensively. So you could save Nano for the fight after. Because right now you have a free blade on their Ana. Probably their Mercy because you're going to kill the Pharah. And the Hanzo. And then after that, if you need to, you can mine the tanks. But I want to do that. Then you can just clean up shop with the tanks. Right? Does that make sense? Or you could just do the Winston mine. I mean, not primal, but you could just go mine the tanks and the supports and stuff. Because you want to try and save as many ults you can for the fight, the next fight. So if they don't have any character that can stop a blade, why just waste a nano on top of that when the blade could just kill him just as easily? Right? So look at what your team has and their team has, and then see what ults you can use after that plan. Does that make sense?
Let's get.
Is that good, Woody? What I said there?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, nice. Yeah, that's huge.
Then also tell your team. Yeah, well, you said that, Woody. Tell your team how you want to try and play.
Okay, push cards. See where they
around there,
go
yeah.
up to.
Like I would
Open
personally
out.
say, just use sides to give them Genji the initial scouting he'll need, and then he can go in very aggressively with the blade, and you
Yeah.
just wait for them to have used already hold and hook before you
Yeah.
can use it. And you also making a further plan that, like, hey, we're gonna
Oh.
be using the blade. I'm gonna be jumping the other, or I need my ball to jump the other so that he doesn't get slipped. Like you want to
That's-
eliminate as many
That's also-
potentials from
you
fucking
just
over your plan.
Brought up a good plan there too, Woody. Instead of waiting for the Nano Barrage, just blade early and try and force them to waste stuff on them.
Like their mercy is not back yet. Like we can see it with the info. No, that's the Lucio now. So he doesn't have beat. That's
Oh yeah,
another
they just
thing.
swapped. They just swapped off the mercies. That means they don't have anything for Pharah. Oh, so another plan here would be, or actually, another good plan could be just to bleed and try and get a few picks, and then just worry about sleeping the Nano Barrage after, because you've already won the fight.
Like you can, you can basically make a plan of
Ball, you can
playing
peek
fast.
a little
Oh
bit
my
on
god,
the
I
Yeah.
go into hold
I have
range.
a Widow now.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm jumping the Widow in 3, 2, 1.
Honest left side. They're all anti.
They're down Widow.
I disagree a bit with the
They're
passing.
purple.
here.
They're purple. Winnable.
Hunter one. That was my fault.
Did we bleed? I hope we didn't.
Jumping
bleed, man.
Hanzo.
You can go back.
No hook. That was.
They're purple. They're purple.
Like
Winnable.
one other thing is like the pathing he also took earlier, like where we saw him hiding in the bushes. If the enemy team tried to push him there, he would then try to jump back, but he wouldn't be able to get the entire way back to his team. Whereas if
Jumping
he
the
just,
Widow.
Oh, they saw him here.
pathed up to the high ground. Like if he pathed up to the high ground, he could have gotten whatever scouting he wanted to while being inside of his own team.
Yeah.
Like if he wanted to stop the barrage, he would be able to from that position.
Well, actually, they
This
actually
position, he
swap.
can't do shit about it.
They swapped out to Pharah. So
Ah,
that's
never noticed.
completely out of the picture now. Okay, so Jolty, a good thing here is after you kill somebody that early, be holding tab down to see what they swap to. So as main tank and shot caller, you got to be constantly pressing tab to see what they have and see how your plan will be changing. You know what I mean? Because right now, if you're holding tab and see they just swapped off the Pharah and the Mercy, then you know, okay, now we just don't even have to worry about Nano Barrage. Let's just go play aggressively.
I want to jump.
And you want to try and not use as many ults because then you want to keep your ult advantage against them for as long as possible.
I'll jump the Anna here.
So press tab more to see if your plan will change. We have 20 minutes still. Perfect.
Yeah. Give me a little roll. Just keep watching.
Okay, nice. Yeah, that's huge. Okay, push cart. See where they
have Sonic right
move
here.
up to.
Can you build Nano a little bit? Trying.
Oh, she got pulled out of the window there.
Oh, you can peek a little, help him build Nano. Shot you.
I have a Widow now.
Okay, I'm jumping the Widow in 3, 2, 1.
You can walk up to her. She hasn't even noticed you.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Don't even
she has grapples away, but if you just walk up to her, jump straight in and she grapples up, just jump after her.
That was my fault. Hog one.
Jumping Hanzo.
Grabs the main lines.
Hog no hook.
Punch a little bit early.
Camping.
Hog low. Wait for low.
Didn't grab the mini this time though.
Hunter low. Hunter no lead.
Nice
Anti
work.
on point.
He had one
Taking
really
high ground.
successful jump there while the other two weren't
Jumping
waiting.
from here. Go. Use payload for cover. Make sure you're using payload for cover.
I don't like. Can you pause?
Alright, they're gonna have.
I don't like how he's not watching if someone is on his left. Like his teammates can tell him if they're coming main.
Oh
but
yeah.
He's the one to tell them if they're coming high ground.
Have to pay attention to your surroundings.
Mm.
Jolty, like you said. Also,
Using payload.
On point.
what's your plan for the next fight? Right?
Taking high ground. I'm gonna jump him from here. Go.
Do you do target calling
Payload
by the
for
way,
cover. Make
Jolty?
sure you're using payload for cover.
I don't know. He didn't say he was target caller, but I'll
That's
wait. We'll wait
something.
for him to reply if you want.
Nah, we just let it go, and if he writes
Yeah,
something.
I was gonna write something down though. But
Vince Widow.
Alright, they're gonna have.
First time is the full team. Let's
They're
play.
touching. On. Hog. Hog no self heal.
Camping.
that's all good.
One more
There's
meter,
no plan made again.
Hog anti.
There was no plan made.
And I would also like them to just take the hog and throw him off the cliff like you can for free there.
Recent no fortify. Recent no.
He's just
What do you mean,
invisible.
Hog no self heal.
I'll toss that hog off the. Oh yeah, right there.
Yeah.
One more meter.
Hog anti again.
But yeah, you could have just wanted to finish him off. Since he was anti.
Recent no quarter.
So dead.
Yeah.
Push him.
Push
Help
up.
him.
Yep. Chase that Anna.
Widow no grapple. Widow no grapple.
Nice.
Okay,
Ah, I
let's make
got
sure we
you.
don't ult at once here. They have beat, right?
Yeah, they have beat, they have bongos, they have whole.
Let's do a dry push.
They use sides.
Can we do a dry push?
Like another thing, that when that anti actually also
Ult,
happened,
ult.
instead of placing a bubble on the tank, you could place them between the tanks and the supports, because otherwise the tanks are also doing damage to
Mongo's
the
dead.
bubble. And if it's just the support, it's gonna take them longer to actually start healing their teammates.
I got him.
Our Hanzo's low. Hog purple, hog
Okay, so
He's one. I got him.
That was scouting before the jump.
their Hanzo's low. So why not continue to go follow him with your Tesla cannon? Why just let him go and go for a hog where you can go finish him off? Also, yeah, with the scouting.
Yeah, like he's just jumping in.
Oh well, I think he
Like,
noticed
what
that
if
they
there's
were
no one
anti.
there while he's jumping in and they're on the left side?
Oh,
from
he has
the
sights.
right from-
He has sights. So
Ah, does he?
yeah,
Just-
yeah,
Can you let it roll?
yeah. He has sights.
I didn't see that when he was.
Mongo's dead.
Lucio here and with me. Lucio, he's one.
Nah, he doesn't.
Well, he had it when he jumped in.
No, go back. When he's staying behind, when he's behind the car.
So no ults, no ults.
Watch carefully. Watch carefully.
Just go. No, I know
heard
he
you.
has sights here. Keep going.
Mongo's dead.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
Oh, right here. Okay, I thought you meant.
Yeah.
I thought, okay.
So he can't see them, and he's just jumping in. What if they're on the right side? You need to actually see them and then jump.
Also, get yourself fully healed.
Yeah.
Right. So okay, I'll write that down. My bad, Woody.
Continue.
Hey, I'm just writing it down. Scout ahead of jumps. Get fully healed as well. We have 15 minutes left.
I got him.
Our Hanzo's low. Hog purple, hog
And he leaves him.
Yep.
Okay, this.
Finish.
So nano black
Oh,
wave.
Finish
for
targets off.
targets. Yep.
Like, yes, the Roadhog is inside, but he has the same amount of HP as the Hanzo.
Mm-hmm. And besides, the rest of your team is at your hog versus your team is not at the Hanzo, so you can go finish them off easier then. Let your team just pick up.
Somebody's gotta make the call. Is
clean
it
up the
winnable
hog.
or not?
I wish I had your chat. They actually write stuff.
Stabilize here. Speeding
Full
out.
six, full six, yeah.
Does no one write stuff in your chat?
Oh, it's like it's a
Okay,
silent
real
chamber
quick,
of
when they pop,
nothingness.
they
It's
pop
just
bongos,
some
okay?
silent eyes watching.
Well,
us.
these
If
are
we get
these
beat,
are the people I am reviewing are from my server right now, so that's probably
yeah, they're
why.
saving it for nano. Okay, I'm gonna jump Lucio early this fight here. Balls.
Well, the guy from your server wasn't replying. He wasn't here.
Hog, no hook.
Gonna jump loose here this way.
On hog.
Oh, it's not a bad jump, not bad.
The jumper. Yeah. No.
On Ryan, on Ryan.
Getting
Ryan
too
has no
nitpicky.
move.
Tracer out of the
This is the Moira. Moira healing him. He's going on the Reinhardt here while there's a Moira healing him. The other time with target calling is also, hey, you're swapping when the enemy had the same amount of HP as the Roadhog, and you finish off the Hanzo.
I'm not gonna even lie. He got
Mhm.
every time.
Like always for the support.
So focus, healers, not tanks.
Do we run the defensive dive, boys?
Can we skip ahead?
Yeah, sorry, I was writing that down.
What do we do?
Don't. No, I'd say probably don't play out here because you can't do shit.
The actual like also positioning for
Back
instance.
up to
Oh, I can't do a
left,
post
they're ready to
from
dive.
post me.
Sorry.
Oh, it won't still. Okay, it still won't me.
Oh,
Where
here.
the Hammond is right now. That high ground. Oh, now it'll let.
Yeah, I have,
Nice,
I have to
so-
press the pen.
Yeah, so the actual starting position is, for instance, also over here because you can counter dive, but you can also stop them if they're coming in there and just give them some initial pull. It's where back in dive meta, literally all of them started, like just that corner,
Yep.
because it gives you more options. And also, if they're going under, instead of having to jump over, you can just stand above them and poke them. So it's like the enemy team has, well, they can go from main, and you can poke them from either side. They can go up top right. Then you can start here where you have jump. However, they also have the choice of going under, or they can go all the way around. So the total amount of options you give yourself over here is higher. So you want to look for as many options as possible for where you start.
Mm-hmm. Usually, as monkey, it's where there's no long sight lines because you don't want to. You can't really poke them from that far away. You want to try and play close sight lines so you can play on top.
I'm gonna start up Overwatch just to give an example in like 5 minutes to further elaborate.
Hang down. Let's see if the monkey or diva overcommit, and we just dive them back.
They're gonna dive her on it. They're gonna
Yeah,
dive
yeah.
her
So
on
be
it.
ready to dive where our Ana is, right?
Can you heal me? Heal me, man. Heal me, man. Heal me, man.
Even though booster.
I have to watch your stream to see what's going on because I'm starting about Overwatch to give the example.
Yeah. See if we can
Any,
abuse one of their mobile.
A bubble widow for initial picks. That's not bad. Is that a bad idea?
I'm coming for you.
Winston.
I feel it's an over-investment.
Yeah, I don't really think you need to do that because then now you're down bubble for 13 seconds from her maybe getting a pick or two.
Got you, babe.
Monkey low.
Yeah, like it's super depending on the Widowmaker actually doing it.
Yeah. See if we can abuse.
So yeah, since you're not in the right spot, they're pushing up for free now. It was right. Say you were in the right spot.
I gotta go make my dog shut up.
When these two dive like this, then you can drop down on their supports and the other people then, right?
Winston. In.
Drop me, I'm gonna die. Head drops. I got you, babe.
Monkey low.
Diva level 2.
Because right now you could have been all over these two right here and gotten 2 picks right off the bat. Right? Versus you diving their tanks. Would that make sense, Woody? So when their tanks dive...
Dude, I was not here. My dog was howling.
Oh, okay. So,
My mother sometimes incentivizes them into howling because, yeah, whatever.
alright, let me know when you're ready.
You can just continue with whatever you were going on at. I'm back now.
What I was thinking is that... Well, I get the counter dive, like I do this sometimes, what I was thinking is, if he was in this spot over here, right, like you said, or still over here, when
Their mobility.
I'm coming for you.
these tanks dive, he can drop down on the supports and prevent
for
them
sure.
from getting healed. Right? Is that good observation?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Like, it's also if he jumps his Ana and puts bubble around her, as long as the enemy tanks are in the bubble.
That's
should
true
be
too.
fine. But it also depends on his Ana going in here because if she's out here, they don't really have to be in the bubble. Oh, I
Mhm.
can't remember my drawing again. But once she's out here in the open, you can't use that. So at that point, just bubbling around their supports and pressuring them is going to stop, like what you're saying, the enemy tanks from getting healed.
So yeah, so what I would actually think is maybe send your Hammond to the supports, and then you go back and help with the monkey. Would that be better observation? Would that be better?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Like,
with,
it really depends on your Ana also going into an area where she can completely like use that bubble to stop the enemy things
Yeah.
from getting healed. Just playing an area where that is nothing.
so this was fine. So what you want to do is try maybe have your on. Shh. Later, buddy. Please. So you have your Ana go back, right? So then you can cut off the healing from these two, and then maybe get them antied, right? And then you can help them get killed, and then you can have your Hammond go back and fight them. Let's keep playing.
Winston. In.
Drop me, I'm gonna die. Head drops. I got you, babe.
Monkey low.
Diva level 2.
Monkey actually won. Nice, you got it.
Diva now. Diva.
Because yeah, if your Hammond would have went and pressured the Widow and Ana there, they wouldn't have helped be able to kill.
They responded really
The rest of you.
to their dive.
Well, and I was
So
at
we have left 2 minutes.
Fight's not over.
We have what?
Keep fighting.
2 minutes left. Well, we can look at the board, then we gotta summarize, and I'll be showing an example for
Back
more.
up here.
It's plenty of time. We got a bunch of stuff down anyway.
Bubble, Ana, if you can back up.
Oh.
Right here.
That's another early bubble. He does this consistently at this point.
Yeah, so it's a good idea in your head, Schulte, but wait for them to actually start pushing before you drop bubble. It helps Saber.
We can recontest.
Yeah,
Go,
poor execution.
Go now. Okay, we got it.
Right idea, but just
No, just
I
That's fine,
didn't
that's fine.
actually.
Just
That's
get
on
a
me. I
clean
didn't
regroup.
think we were gonna recontest.
He's telling me that's really good.
Even one. Genji. Over Ana.
Delicia's one main.
We traded honest here.
She's one top here.
Respawned soon. Diva 1.
It's probably her.
She's in spawn right now.
Nice.
yeah, just put pressure on her. You can't do much there now. Bubble's enough.
You gotta pick a target. Like, he's basically been inactive for like 10 seconds there, like going back and hiding it. Just place the bubble, push her out, then deal maybe with the Genji or something else, like help
Mhm.
whatever your helmet is on. Force back, that's not like you,
Hang on, I don't have
you
I mean,
could
I
not use
think
this
I think
bubble.
that bubble will be fine because he's cutting off maybe Ana sleeping him or something. Because he's jumping back and then dropping it right here to prevent damage from coming in.
I mean, if she sleeps him, I mean, she needs him. I still doubt they're gonna kill
Hang
him.
on, I don't have jump or bubble.
Like, it's still 13 seconds without a
Let them
bubble.
dive into us and then counter dive them.
Yeah, but they still have a lot of way to push before they're gonna actually engage now.
Winston's
You know what I mean?
doing it. Winston backline. Winston needed.
Because personally, as myself, I would have probably put Bubble there too, especially in his circumstance because he hit sign and got. Actually, you know what? Better yet. This is like, hit sign, just drop off to the right, and go underneath. Would that be better? Just use the bus as the cover.
Like, if you jump better, yeah.
Yeah. So if you fuck up your jump, just use the cover that's there. So yeah.
Safety.
Hang on, I don't have jump or bubble.
Next time. Yeah, we're at 26 now. Over. Can you pause and stop looking at the insides then?
Yeah. I'll finish up the notes here. So.
Before you summarize, then we have over an Overwatch stream.
Jolty, hop over to Woody's stream, or if you're on the multi-stream, just press play on his stream for us. I'll press play too. But yeah, Neo, gold stuff will probably be more mechanics as well. Like here, it's not much mechanics, and it's more positioning stuff, but for you, it'll probably be more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so like I'm gonna give an example for the whole option things for the starting positioning and defense. So, for example, with this map, you don't like with dive. You kind of start in dive middle here because then you have the option of going over to contest this spot or contest in this spot, depending on where the enemy team get. So like it's about giving yourself options as Winston for contesting.
He doesn't have the stream here. Hang on.
What?
Yeah, hang on. He's not open on the stream yet. I sent him a link though.
Can you message in chat when you're here?
He's in.
Okay, alright. So in dive meta, what Winston's would do is make sure they have as many options as possible on defense. Like, or if you're just at point right now, because you can post back, it's similar. You'd be around here, so you can contest left side, or you'd be able to contest right side. But just starting here and already having picked left side, you wouldn't be able to react well enough to right side. Like obviously, you're probably not going to be playing Winston on this map. For defense, I don't know. But like especially for second point, this goes double. So if the enemy team goes up to use this one, if you're just hiding here, you can contest that. And if they go main, you can. Oh, I didn't mean to fall down there. You have just barely within reach of them, and you can also just kind of wrap around, damage their supports, and then fall back to your own team. If there's too much pressure, so it's about giving yourself options, really. Summarize. That covers something. Thank you for the follow.
Might even I am following the accounts. Let's say I might even follow. Okay. So summarize. One would be, what do you think? Positioning?
Yeah, positioning, giving yourself options.
Two would be bubble usage. Or scouting. Do you think?
Yeah, positioning, giving yourself options. Early bubbles. He needs to plan better. Like actually planning which ultimates and how to do it, and also going, alright, this is the ultimates the enemy team has, and then what are we gonna do in reaction? Yeah, you wrote down the comms bar. So yeah, positioning for his micro, and giving yourself options, your bubble, and something else.
I think that's it. It's pretty much just positioning on being in the right areas and then just using bubble correctly. And then the other stuff is just.
Well, there was one other thing. Sometimes when he's dived, like, there was the first point where he went too far and he kind of got himself killed by losing his own supports.
So play in LOS feelers.
The other thing was also on third point attack. He, instead of checking where the enemy was, he just went in without scouting their actual locations.
Yeah, I have that right.
So one of the two, and I feel like it's more in the realm of scouting because that it's a lot.
So should I say positioning, bubble usage, and scouting?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just make sure you know where the enemy team is before you're going in.
Yep.
Hey, I yoinked your viewers. I now have more.
What'd you say?
I now have more viewers.
Like his Jolty Hot's over there. He's about to hop up. He's on live stream now again, so.
Hey, that's rude. Because it jumped from 3 to 6. He ain't that fat.
Huh?
Can I get a
It's
Yeah, yeah.
right.
Okay. So off to our DPS buddy. This notes.
Give me leader real quick.
Notes will be for you. You can do notes on this one since you're better. Well, Jolty, if you click on the link I sent in announcements, it pulls both streams up at the same time. So you don't have to multi-tab, you just have one tab open. Which is why we set this up.
What is the name of this player? Like, is it Game Pizza in the Discord?
His name is... Great
Send it to
question.
me in DMs.
Yeah. I'll let you know what he is so you can send him the link. Yeah, his name is Game Pizza. So...
what will he be playing?
DPS. I think he's... I don't know what he starts out on. So, we just play... I usually just play the VOD and see what he starts out on.
That's Genji.
I think it's gonna be Soldier. Oh no, it's Genji. Okay.
We'll just write it down as we go then.
Genji, yeah. That's what you think. Okay, this is the last
Click
review.
him in your Discord and tell him that we're looking at his.
Yeah, I don't know if he's online, but I'll just let him know that we're looking at it. He's probably asleep because it's late for him.
Oh yeah, he's all awesome.
Yeah, he's 12 hours. I'm not gonna ping him. You can just DM him after. I will ping everybody that I reviewed because I'll upload to you. Matthew, what are you doing, dude?
I'm trying to get that brown.
No, not that brown one, please. Stop making so much noise. Hey, Suda.
Is it going out with again? Hold up.
This
I
you
probably
on
shouldn't
Arissa
be
Heyman?
Take it right now, not checking whether or not he has dive tanks.
No, he doesn't. Oh, he has one
an
dive.
Arissa ball.
I can see.
So, yeah, I mean, you want to see whether or not he's dashing in with the palm rise, whether or not
Sure,
he's
sure.
using the horse. Like in terms of teamwork with this composition.
Mm-hmm. Like, I can pick my color right now, and you're the host, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it didn't let me. That's no deflect.
Yeah. He might have been trying. See, yeah, wait for them to actually throw the fire strike to deflect because it does have travel time.
Oh. Yeah. Also set up a different angle. Like that angle, you can't really do any damage. You gotta set it up an angle where you can fall.
Yeah, always try and be above him if you can, or on the same ground.
Where
Never
did
be
his
below.
team go though? So
I think Arana died, and then they started going left, so he dashed forward. They're all with him right now.
yeah, so early defect, that's the first thing right now. Just poking, it's like literally just go on the high ground right
Yeah.
here and you could poke better, and also just looking around your surroundings. You hear a Doomfist on your left and you have no reaction to him.
So always try and be on level ground or on the same or on high ground. Never be below them. Always be above.
And team also rotates. Like there's three things here. Like team is rotating point and he never realized.
Mhm.
Yeah, whatever. Keeping track of team. We have the Genji wasted deflect. What else was there? Wasted deflect. He angles,
Positioning, yeah, angles.
setting up an off angle.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes to all characters that using high ground is amazing. Go back to insights. I'm gonna delete the things for Genji if he doesn't. Well, probably not the deflect thing because that's just abysmal.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't play more Genji in this part, it'll probably only be the Gen.
Oh, he
the
swaps the
Genji
soldier right now, so.
Let's skip.
Oh, good. He's using the high ground, so that's good. That's a start. Oh, he
Save
fell
stays.
off. But...
Left immediately.
Oh, he fell off. He didn't mean to fall off. Good positioning here, not bad actually.
Oh my god, look at the sense.
What about it? Is too low?
No, he's too fucking high. Look at this. He's trying so hard not to flick too much. Like, it's kind of freaky type of sense where you can see he's having a bit of difficulty with it.
You should have seen my sense. That was
No, but
bad.
like, look at this, the speed at which this, like, how a cursor that moves around is just really fucking fast. Like, any kind of movement is extreme.
I actually can't play DPS anymore because like every time I aim, my wrist flares up. It's bad.
I can't even spectate a scrim and record macro without getting pains in my wrist.
I can do that, but when I try and aim and be precise, my arm just fucks me over. But that's why I play main tank.
Wait, is this how you get Overwatch coaches? Just have them build project up down.
Yeah, fuck up their arms so they can't play.
So two things here. Just like staying here at the fucking pillars for cover. That's one
Not
thing.
using that too early.
What?
Using
Yeah,
it-
you got the healing field too early and using the little pillars for cover. Are two things you could have done.
Break down. Oh.
Oh, she does not like you.
Yeah, she just fucking solar barraged your ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Notepad and write things down. So the main thing is here the uses of healing station was too early.
I've never played League before now.
And he's using it too early.
Might be carpal tunnel though.
What are you talking about?
My wrist.
Doubt it.
If I have carpal tunnel or not.
My aunt is an old experienced doctor, and I explained my issue, and my issue is worse than yours. And she just took a look at my wrist because she went, "Highly doubt you have carpal tunnel," and she just immediately found out that it's just that my muscles don't get to rest enough, and they don't like my wrists aren't put in a position where I can actually rest them off. So basically, what if you feel my wrist, they're like my muscles, they're constantly having like some kind of tension in them, and that's my problem. And you might have something similar because carpal tunnel is fucking rare and it's extreme amount of sport.
Leave your face cam off?
No, I'm on Notepad, that's why.
Do you have Notepad display capture above your stream thing so it doesn't display over it?
No, it's not that. I just didn't want my face cam on my Notepad because I couldn't find a place to put it. Alright, using corners. Let's get back to looking. Like I was two doctors that couldn't find out what it was, and my aunt finds out in a minute.
Yeah, I think I sprained my left wrist, and I have carpal tunnel on my right one, which is not great, but you know.
Like highly doubt it. Oh, that's so fucking freaky. Reduce your sense, please.
Yeah.
Like maybe 1 out of 10, I actually say they need to reduce it. And in this instance, like I can see it, like you have difficulty controlling it. Also, just walking along the high ground and still using it here would have been great. Because like also like if you with the road hockey, yeah, he's getting super pressured, but like there's still a chance for him to hook you. But if you're on the high ground, he wouldn't. Nice using it now. So like in fights, your positioning gets messy, but outside of fights, you try to actually position on the high ground. So you've got a brain, but in fights you kind of toss your brain out of the window. I'm guessing it's kind of like you overreact to situations, but yeah. In fights, you let your positioning get placed. You don't know how to reposition. Can time for that? Yeah. Lamp. But also, like, yeah, nice, you're moving up here. Because right where you were before, you had fall off. Here, you won't really have fall off. And now that your team is moving up, are you gonna follow them? Come on, move with them, move with them. Go with them. That's
There
too
you
late. So it's all well and good to be in a good position here where like you won't die, but several enemies have died and you're not effective in this positioning. So if like, your team's pushing up, you just follow them and push up with them. Hey Spilo.
Oh, Spilo?
Yeah, he's the head coach for Uprising Academy.
Hello, Spilo. How are you doing?
I'm even an eye on the DPS work. Yeah. You know each other, we're both coaches, so we're looking at each other.
I think I got a review from Spilo. Is he the guy who roasts people?
Yeah.
Right?
He doesn't have enough time to get to high ground this time. So I don't know if you're still watching, but wouldn't you also say, like, when you're looking at this aim right here, that his sense is insanely high?
Yeah, it seems like he's over aiming, I guess it's called, and having to readjust.
Right, was it?
Well, not bad. He kept it
Right.
0.99%.
Yeah. So to go to the notepad. So like in like before fights, he's actually thinking about his positioning, which is great. Like it's so fucking unusual for me to see Goldbeast doing that. But in fights, he's horrible at repositioning.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he knows what Inspired is. Use the time.
Mid fight. Oh. Yeah. Did you just say pretty fast?
Yeah, I suppose that's easier. Use the time.
In between fights is fine too.
And now he's gonna play Genji against. He's gonna move Soldier up.
He might play Genji again next match.
Oh my god, he's having so much difficulty with the sense.
Yep. Oh, that's not a bad Helix Arc though.
Like he's close enough to the Genji having difficulty reacting. But the matchup against Genji is basically normal shoot until he's used deflect, then you can Helix Rocket after. Or Helix Rocket the ground for AoE, because if he deflects here, you're dead. So it's still like a matchup thing here where he hasn't drawn out deflect.
He has no idea of shooting the Helix Arc at the ground though, so I like that. No, you lost track of him there.
Did you notice anything super important this fight? Like, I feel like the divisor there, it was kind of wasted because he could have just continued headshotting the Roadhog. He's standing nearly still, and it's just kind of a waste. So, like, if the enemy is like using Blade or something, you can use it then. Like, I usually say use Visor, to deny the enemy when they're using some kind of, like, if they're using Blade or anything that's super high mobility, like, oh, there's a Tracer coming in on you now. Just Visor.
Yeah, that's very true.
Because it's not it's super important, and that Roadhog is standing near it still. So
yeah,
you could have done more damage
I
without
think
Visor.
I think he was popping it for the Genji, but then he dashed away, so he started. If you go back,
Yeah.
if you go back to it real quick, we can just skip ahead to the next.
You want to look at the Visor?
Yes, real quick. Let's just see. It's right before he uses it. Okay. Oh, never
When
mind.
he comes on him, he uses healing station correctly. It's usually wrong once.
Oh, it's his first time he's got
Oh, yeah, the Genji isn't even dead. Okay, so it's fine. I'm Pepega Brain.
I mean, he's got good usage so far of his abilities, right?
Mm.
Nothing's wrong with his healing sockets. His biotic field.
I mean,
Sometimes.
it's like sometimes he's not waiting for the launching.
Sure, that's true.
They finish off at longer ranges. Like he uses healing rushes on Helix rockets on a Genji that still has deflect.
True. Yeah, that's true.
It's an AKM timer fan. That is true.
Are you usually breaking my Legos, Matthew? You slam me down on the floor?
Grab the mini. Nice. Good heal is that. You have full 25 shots, just use them instead of reloading at 16. Like, you can keep shooting at this Orisa. Like, he's just wasted time.
I talk to my
I'm
brother.
watching his reloading.
I can talk to my brother real quick. You can keep coaching, but just give me a minute.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh my god, his sense is so fucking high. Like the shield, nice. He has it, nice. Bit late. Get me cover. Alright. I'm kind of prepared, Brian. Me even come back. Seeing as I'm not noticing enough. You back yet? Hey, you're back.
What happened?
Nothing much. My brain is getting Pepega because I'm super fucking sleeping. I'm usually sleeping at this time.
What time is it right now for you? It's 12?
Nearly midnight. I really want to sleep, man.
This squad's short anyway. I think it's almost over. Yeah, it's almost over.
Probably have to rewatch a bit of second round because I'm nearly sleeping here. This is why I usually try to not review past 9 PM because after 9 PM is where I start falling asleep. I need to shut up about this. So shooting at them. Goes after Reaper. Yeah, that's fine.
Wait, did you guys think the sound effects were coming from the VOD? Okay, I was gonna say.
I mean, he's only had one horrible healing
Yeah.
station, so I'm gonna remove that. Not even joking. Like his aim is, it's so fucking clear. It's the sense is fucking him up a bit. Like maybe he has a specific reason, but if he hasn't had a specific reason, he's just playing without noticing his sense. It's kind of,
Yeah.
Come on, set up an angle. This plan is also fucking helpful. Can you tell me if you notice anything?
Yeah, I'm not noticing anything right now. No,
What?
I'm not noticing anything besides the stuff you're mentioning. So
Like, I want to find out something that's very clear, super clear for him to work on as a goal.
we'll find something. I'd say the good goal fixing his aim is good enough, right? Because it seems like everything else is fine. It's just that his aim might be holding him back just a little bit.
Yeah.
And just the positioning mid fight, right? If he gets that down too, he could be a lot better.
Yeah, like he's consistently getting out of position in the fight.
So 2 things to work on: positioning during the fight and fixing your sense.
Like whenever he gets pressured, he's what do I do?
Yes, if you wanna stop it here, then we can. If you want to just go to bed,
I want to find a third thing though.
okay. A third thing, okay. We'll find
I
something.
usually go for 3 things to work on.
I do usually 2 to 4.
It's kind of annoying because I know my coaching of DPS is worse, and then I can coach the Sigma that's 4.4k.
Yeah.
Just gotta coach more DPS, or maybe spend some time playing DPS and comp, but I can't even play.
I can't play DPS either, so I'll
Just stay at your angle, no. Like
Yeah.
as long as you hold that angle you previously had.
Mm-hmm.
If you hold this angle, and they push out here, they're gonna be scared of you. But once you leave, they're free to go through here. And if they actually go all the way around there, you barely have to reposition. Walk a little bit to the right, and you have the exact angle. It's just mirrored on the map.
I just gotta learn how to coach DPS and supports better. Maybe learn their kit more. Where the fuck did that guy come from?
I was wanting to just like, hey, your teammates are shooting at the Diva, not the road. Kill him at this range, but the teammates on this Diva with you, just stay on her. Like what your teammates are on, you stay on it. And yeah, we had no strong cues for that. Like if you stood a little bit further back, he'd know.
Yeah. Like it just appeared out of thin air and just murked.
You would have heard it if he teleported, I'm pretty sure.
Did they win this somehow? Or did he just cut it off? Oh, they saw okay, McCree just pops the flag off.
I'm not gonna look at Tracer because too little time played. The same with Genji, I'm gonna delete that, except for the deflect thing.
Yeah, you can leave the Genji stuff, that's fine. The high ground usage and shit, like that's still good stuff to use.
Yeah, but like it's just in the realm of having reviewed enough for where I feel that you can say a lot of super specific, but like if you see something that is clearly something that would be consistent, like just seeing an enemy and immediately pressing with it deflect instead of deflecting in reaction to the enemy, like what the enemy does, then like yeah, okay, but yeah, basically it's very clear that it's probably a consistent mistake. Oh, I'm still on the fucking water. Give me a sec. There we go. So deflect. Use it reactively. Damage. Don't just press it upon seeing the enemy. Like it might have been a fat finger. Like even still, I don't really know if I should write this down because maybe it was a fat finger.
Didn't seem like a fat finger. It seemed like he was.
Yeah.
Just keep it there.
Yeah, heal station when actually needing healing. Like he was kind of heal stationing most of the time when he was in need of healing. If anything, I'd say look to find angles that you can use to pressure. That you can pressure on. And go back to the vault.
What are you looking for?
The specific moment when he leaves an angle that he couldn't use to pressure the enemy team.
It's right before.
Right here.
Yeah, it's.
Let's see. So goes up, takes this angle. Just use this angle because like now the enemy team like maybe they go out here, but it's like the right one. This range, I'm pretty sure. But if you hold this angle, you're pressuring the enemy team. If they try to go out here, you can pressure them. If they try to go out here, you pressure them. But once you leave this, come on. There we go. Once you've left this, like, you can't pressure this, you can't pressure what is over there. You can only shoot at this and this. So, like, look for more consistent angles at which you can pressure.
I think that's it, right?
Yeah, look to find angles that you can consistently.
Don't forget to write down aiming. Makes his aim like making sense less.
Yeah. Reduce sensitivity if possible. Like, yeah. I'm gonna upload it to you. So are you also doing that?
I am, yeah.
So you can just watch the YouTube video. And we'll see what we mean by the sensitivity. But like, it's just super high.
Yeah.
And you can see like he's over adjusting consistently.
Do you want me to send him the notes since he's from my server, or are you gonna send it to him?
Yeah, I'll just send them to you and to him now.
Okay. Then I'll send it over to him.
All right. That should be it.
Well, I'm not gonna write overall game beats against your review. I'm gonna write.
Like, you can, if you want to adjust the Genji thing, you can.
Yeah, I'm just gonna write game beats review overall and then Genji.
Oh yeah, the Genji thing. Yeah, I never removed that. I believe that's the last one, right?
Yep, that's it. We're done. Okay. Well, thank you all for stopping by. I hope you guys enjoyed our little collab for today. Expect these once a month, maybe more, depending on availability for us. But yeah, definitely gonna make this a monthly or bi-weekly thing because it was fun. I thought it was successful for today. And then yeah, and then next time we should, yeah, we're fine. Okay. All right, thank you, Woody. Appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, same.
Enjoy your sleep. Good night.
Oh, I fucking will.
All right. Take care, guys. Stop and stream now.